Our hobbies,
extra money,
everything, yes.
which is right up my alley because I do have a YouTube channel where I talk about things like that. So I think this is something that I should be able to make some meaningful contribution to.
Okay.
For those who are interested.
Hello, Lola.
Good morning, all. I'm glad to be back here again today. I'm Titi Lola Mafe, a civil servant, but today, because of this topic, I'm here as a creative manager of a fashion house, House of Bobby Fashion in Kaduna. So I'm glad to be here this morning and to contribute or lend my voice to what will be said here today.
All right, and my friend that came all the way from Mina, I'm so touched. You heard this topic and you were touched. You decided to come. I must say, welcome to Abuja and thank you very much. But I'm sure the audience are waiting to hear you.
Thank you so much. So my name is Olivia Oyemobi. I'm the founder and CEO of Paddock Creations Limited. We are a social company that produce reusable sanitary wares, including sanitary pads, adult diapers, baby diapers, wipes, and everything that you can think about sanitation. So we make all these as sustainable solution for women and girls at rural and low-income communities. So I'm also going to be lending my voice to inspire a woman to start up something great.
Okay, yeah, we intend to inspire a woman to start something. And because we're women, we are also mothers. So we inspire even our boys, our men to do something. So today, everybody here is well vested to speak on this topic, is intentionally chosen to be that way. And we're going to be speaking on all of this. But before I call for my little feature done by my very powerful winning team, I would like to say, happy birthday to two people here. Happy birthday, Tokumbo, and you had your party. We're not opportune to come in and rock and roll with you, but recently, yeah, a couple of days back, really, you celebrated your birthday. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and God bless your new age. And today is Lola's birthday. I was surprised. Thank you too, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
We'll get to talk about the birthday again at the tail end of the show. But for now, let's take this time out and join my winning team to see what they put together.
Gigi, yes. Remember that gist of last week that I was telling you about?
Yes.
See the continuation. Man, this gist is too hot. Babe, stop rubbing powder. Follow this gist. I don't want me you miss anything. Baba. Read now. Read what's happening here. You can see it.
Hey,
So what-
babes.
Rufus, my guy.
Babes, how are you?
How I know? Have fun.
Do. Have fun.
Also on guest time.
Very well. I do. Have fun.
Fine.
The reception where I dey get today is like before.
What is it about the reception?
Like before. She's still concentrating on the makeup. Instead of the
Rufus,
yes, Gigi.
do you have a problem with my makeup? Don't know.
Don't. Focus on the makeup as usual.
What do you want me to do before? So what should I focus on?
But I have a problem with you not making money from this.
Rufus, you too dey complain. Tell her how.
Okay, you don't know there are people they call makeup artists. Do you know?
Yes.
Okay, do you know you are very good at this thing?
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yet you don't want to exploit it, you don't want to explore. Eh? If you carry this your talent as you find like this, with the one makeup with if they look so every day, if they look face, yet you know they see that face people money.
Rufus, you too dey complain.
I'm not complaining now. I'm only saying the truth. I'm stating the obvious.
Okay.
All this your followers now. If she applies this makeup on her face and look this pretty, and you snap it, take a shot, and you post it, and you tag her, write her contact. That way, people you have on your Instagram, that means your followers now, those goodness and mercies that are always following you.
I beg you.
Do you know that people earn up to 50 or 100 or even more than that, depending on the client's pocket? How fat the client. You don't know. You don't know.
This just interests me.
They find every day. You dey as yet you no get money. You dey complain say you no get money. That one concern you.
Rufus.
No, that one concern you.
Rufus, we appreciate say the advisor, but be calming down. Be calming down.
I am calm. As for you that is telling me to look calm, what do you know? All you know is sit, press that phone.
What should I be doing before if I don't
Ask
press
me,
this
oh.
phone?
I want you to press that phone and press money out of that phone.
How will I press money out of it?
Oh, now the person I get sense. I'm on a consider wisdom. We just rent shop. No. I just say come back now. Me and AJ.
Hi, Chichi.
Although I've not completed the payment, we got to an agreement. I'll be paying installment. But the thing there is that if you now and you now, you agree to join. You bring the small way if you bring. You bring the one way if you bring. We rent this shop finish. You dey do your makeup on one side. Me I go dey do my braiding and the next nail one side. She go help us dey do the internet and every spreading of the news.
Make sense.
That amebo. She go help us dey do am.
Na gist I dey give, no be amebo, abeg.
Amebo gist on talent.
Hi, Chichi. You see wetin Rufus dey do? It too make sense. Rufus, you get sense o. Too much sense.
I no think of these things since.
My dear.
All right, you saw a bit of what we have for you today. That's a demonstration, but then the truth is that's reality. A lot of things we do and we waste our time doing them could actually be reused and remixed to make money. Yes, and that's the whole essence of our sitting down here today. I don't know whether you saw a bit of what.
Yeah, and actually, I did a video not just a couple of weeks ago talking about the exact same thing, about how frequently people want to start a side hustle, they don't really know how to go about it and things like this. And I say, look, a side hustle of course suggests that you already have a proper sense of
A job,
you have a job, you have where you're already earning a salary, so that you want something to, just boost that. And my suggestion was, look inward. What do you know how to do very well? Because usually there's so much emphasis on what people love. Now, the fact that you love watching football doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to make money out of it. So I was suggesting that, and I am suggesting that, if what you love, you cannot really think through how it will make money for you, fall back on your skills. Almost everybody has one skill or another that they might be taking for granted. You might be somebody who is just, when it comes to cleaning, any space you touch, you leave your trademark. Once somebody enters that space, they know that, no, Elizabeth has been here. Nobody could make this place as clean as this. Maybe you're a very good cook. Maybe you know how to braid hair. Sometimes you pick up these skills as kids, and then your sister, you just do her hair for her because that day she doesn't have time to do. And it doesn't occur to you that you could actually monetize this. Let your neighbors know that, just wash your hair, come, I'll braid your, maybe for 500 or 1,000 naira less. And you could be making a little bit of pocket money from that.
When I wash my hair, I don't really do a good job. But there's a particular salon here in Abuja. If I go to wash my hair, I will be begging them not to remove my grey matters, inside my middle of blanket, because they do a better job than I am. So even that one, if you think you can wash better, it's also good for you to add it.
Yes, the reason why I said, if you're doing it from home, you might not have the right equipment with which people can sit and then you wash their hair properly. But you can get them to come with their clean hair. You look for a small corner in one place, give them a stool, and you do the hair for them. You would have earned your 5 or 10,000 naira very quietly. And these are things that school students can do part-time in school to have a little extra pocket money, rather than considering going to government house party. That was a big deal when I was in Europe. I don't know about now. And then
What happens in the government house?
they get paid now. You show up, people lift you, and then you come back with money.
It's worse now.
Now it's worse. And what makes it really, really bad is most times, have you noticed the rate of ritual killings going on with younger and younger and younger boys, like Teenagers.
Teenagers are good.
Teenagers want to drive Bugattis and Mercedes and things like that. And a number of the girls, not all, some of the girls that are getting into trouble like this is because they're sniffing around for money. If you look inward, there is a skill you can monetize. You don't have to sit around and be somebody's girlfriend to get money.
Yes. No, she's been talking about young people, and I know that life coach here deals a whole lot with young. I was watching one of the YouTube videos where a young person was actually giving a testimony. I'd like to know, from your experience, what is their problem, in trying to, like I say, bust out with their talent and get to use it? What inhibits them?
For me, I guess, so once I came here, I was saying that we're going to talk about strength. And we're talking about what's inside of you. We're talking about empowerment and things like that. And, when you grow up, you think, I can play football, I can cook, I can do whatever I want to do. But somehow, somewhere, somebody says, you're not good at this. That kills you already.
Wow.
Or let's assume you're a little plump. So you're cute and plump, and you want to be a model. That's not you. That's not you. Don't bother going there. You're too fat. So something already just erodes. It just sort of kills you quietly, and then you fall back into a shell instead of building that part of you. They say Beethoven was. Did he hear? Yeah, but he wrote so many symphonies. How did he do that? He just believed in himself. So there's a strength that's inside of you that you don't want to let anybody kill. So you have to build your strength from within. And then we need to keep encouraging our younger ones. No matter what it is that they want. You want to drive this, you want to drive. You can't, because it's time for everything. But you must learn. You must grow. Everything, the child is born, you sit down, you crawl, you stand. So there's a time for everything. And at the right time, you will get it and you will enjoy it better. You will value it better. Whatever it is that you're trying to do. Even the footballers, they grow to different levels, right? The junior ones under and then they go to the Super Eagles. So what it is that you must encourage yourself. You need to learn to let them encourage themselves as they are, as opposed to shutting them up and not letting them go. Yeah,
I think this is a job a lot of parents, I don't say mothers,
Exactly.
a lot of parents should do.
Exactly.
So
I'd like to
people-
chip in
So many
with regard to
people,
what you
yes,
just said.
they always have to, learn to talk the right age.
Positively.
The right
Yeah, exactly. So you need
positivity.
Exactly.
I always say that one of my favorite songs is that of Nas, where he says, I know I can.
Yeah.
You know what I wanna be. Do we know how to sing it?
Yeah,
I know I can. I know I can. You know what I wanna be. If I can it, I'll be what I wanna be. Yes. Be. Yeah, that's it. I don't know how to rap.
And just as you said, parents play a critical role without knowing it. You see, our parenting style in Nigeria is ordinarily autocratic. Do as you're told. So we don't ordinarily allow kids to have a voice or self-expression. We expect our children to just take orders and that's it. Now, you do not allow your child to get to the point of critical reasoning things out for themselves because you just want them to obey the last order and not challenge you and all of that. Then there's that. And then every time your child goes wrong, maybe they're struggling with their academics or something, you harp on it. You tell everybody that comes visiting. You tell every family member. You want this person to intervene. You tell the man of God for prayers and all of that. You keep amplifying that which is negative about your child because you think that you're actually repairing it when in fact you're doing more damage.
Damages, yes.
Parents should learn to praise. I grew up in the kind of environment where you were not praised because it was assumed that if you were praised, your head would get big
Swollen.
and you develop a swollen head and you wouldn't
I've never
try
seen a swollen
again,
head.
you know. So that it's an old-fashioned concept that should die a silent death. When there's need for praise, build people up. When they go wrong, point it out. Let them know what they're doing wrong. that should not become the defining theme of who this person is.
Why would it be a defining thing? After all, Saul changed from Saul to Paul.
But some parents don't know that. You steal once and you become the thief, the thief of the house forever.
I read something recently. Let me continue. Someone was saying appreciate efforts and not results. You
Exactly.
appreciate efforts first before the results.
The
But what we
mathematicians will
do
mark formula even before the final.
before the final. But what we do as parents in Nigeria is to appreciate or applaud the results, not the effort. So, lending my voice to what they have said, if we as parents are to encourage our children, let them know that life is in phases and there's no how you can jump a phase in your life. You have to follow it phase by phase, and every little effort should be appreciated, and gradually, before you know, they become what we actually
I'm still going to sit on you. You are a civil servant. I know very well. But for every time I see you, there's always something about fashion around you, and I always compliment it. But you never really told me until now that you're actually into fashion designing.
Yes.
I would like to know, was it what your parents did that put you into that? How did you build that? Was it a hobby or something?
Interestingly, I got it from my husband.
Wow.
Yes. When we were in school, we attended the same university. So there was this long ASU strike, then Abacha strike. And he had this
strike.
yes, he had this passion of always designing, and he thought, like, instead of sitting at home, what should I do? And he started, he went somewhere and learned how to sew.
So I hope the students are listening. There's still strike now.
Yes, there's still strike. Today, aside being public servants, the two of us, House of Bobby Fashion in Kaduna, so many people know him, has gone international, has gone worldwide, and in fact is 80% of our income is from House of Bobby, not from being civil servant. So he encouraged me into it, even though I'm not into it fully. He encouraged me into it, and we are here today.
It's
we
really
are grateful,
picking the
and we are
big bills.
encouraging.
All right, I was just looking at your diapers and your breast pad and all of that you produce. Interesting. I wish I had the opportunity of showing this to the public. Maybe in the repeat package, I will do that. But I'm wondering, sanitary, recyclable, sanitary materials. I never heard of that before. I know about organic, inorganic, and all of it, but for sanitary towels, how did you get to that?
I want to hear.
All right, so in 2015, I was still working in the bank as a controller, and most of the newspaper publications were having sexual abuse of girls. So every single day I pick up the newspaper, I feel hot within me. I feel something needs to be done. So I started a campaign. I was going to schools, administering therapy on sexually abused girls. So I took 1 hour break every day. I did this for 3 months, and then I returned back to the previous schools that I had gone to. I realized that most of them had returned back to the men that abused them.
Wow.
So we had private sections with them, trying to find out. It was a difficult one, but we tried to find out why this time around. So most of them complained that they didn't have access to sanitary pads, especially those that were house helps. And those that were from rural and low-income communities, their parents don't even care when they start their period or even ask them how they flow. So they would rather take then it was 250 naira. They would rather take from a mathematics teacher or take from a neighbor or take from I met about 2 girls who were really abused
So they
by
sleep
their
with
uncle.
men just for 250?
Yes, then it was 250 naira. So I think 3 years ago or thereabouts, there was even a student that was impregnated by the vice principal, of the school. So it was really messy. There's this I want to belong class that they want to trend, like my parents have money and yours don't have, so when I flow I don't get stained, nobody bullies me. So they don't want to get bullied. So between 2015 to 2016 I was making research seriously, trying to develop a sustainable solution to that. I knew that if I had given them disposable one, it will not solve their problem. I mean, at some point I'll be out of cash, and then I'll start begging people for money and all that. So I started trying to see how we can develop, I mean, something that will be more sustainable, that they can use for a minimum period of 1 year and maximum of 3 years. So we did the first prototype in 2016, and then, you know, that was how I quit my job in December 2016 and then started full-time on this. This idea was basically to solve the social problem.
You never knew I was going to pay bills.
So we've been able to connect over 4 million girls across 18 African countries with access, and creating 232 permanent jobs on this. So it was just a call to solve, I mean, a problem that I feel, you know, we don't take it personal now, but somehow some of these girls will end up being your children's spouses or your cousins. They will somehow come back to you. So that's why we have to tackle it at this point. And it's been a great one. The product is certified by NAFDAC. Since 2020 we have been certified by NAFDAC, and then so in the course of doing this, we also realized that women started complaining, we need diapers. You know, people that have aged parents that had stroke or bladder incontinence and all that started complaining, we are tired of buying diapers for our aged parents. Can you also make adult diapers? So we swung into that. But just, you know, the economy is really too harsh, and then buying diesel 830 naira became too much. So what we did was to start also making underwears. So we have a lot of supplies of underwears to so many international organizations.
Your own, you just
Africa.
queue into whatever is happening now.
We are solving the social problem. That's just it. So instead of these girls, you know, you going to China, we make underwears. We make male, female, children underwears. Don't bother going to China. We are here.
You're the China we have.
I really need to find out. You say reusable.
Yes.
Are
So
they
the
made of
sanitary
fabric?
pads, yes. So we have 5 different materials that we use to make this. We have different parameters that we use to measure the efficiency of the pad. We have the ones that are absorbent. We have the ones that are leak proof. We have the ones that are fasteners that hold them. We have snap buttons that snaps them beneath the underwears so that it doesn't shift while they are walking or fall off. So, and then we also consider the possibility of washing faster and the ability of drying also faster. Especially during the rainy season. So once they use the sanitary pads, it has snap that locks it underneath the pants. So they soak in room temperature water, just normal water that you fetch. Soak it for 10 minutes, apply your soap or your detergent, then you wash up. They allow them to dry under the sun because the sun rays have antibacterial properties that purify it. So they allow it. Then when there is no sun, they can air dry. As long as the water activities on the sanitary pad is 0, there will definitely not be any exposure to infection. So that's how we've been solving, you know, the challenges of lack of sanitary pads by girls.
When I got married, right, I wanted to work. And my husband would be like, why do you want to work? Why do you need money? Why is it you ask me for money? Whatever it is you want, I'll give it to you. And I said, I remember what you were saying. So I said to him, so that when I'm on my period, I will not ask you for money for sanitary pads. So, because they don't want to hear that. So for me, it's that you need to be able to do something for yourself. So when we're doing the sanitary towels for the girls, are you able to talk to them as well as to how, you know, they don't have to go around to sleep with men and do this, you know, but be able to do something for themselves, whatever it is. I mean, then I was going around, I was selling from different people. Clothes, you're selling clothes, I collect it. You're selling pots, I collect it. Just anything.
So you don't want Instagram for other people.
So I mean, now we have Instagram, so you can put it anywhere. You know, then if you didn't want me to go to office, but do something. I used to sell pure water. There's phone card. Okay, where sell phone card. Just do something so that you're not liability, and then you're not a beggar.
We do that. So we go to schools. We have menstrual hygiene advocates and community engagement officers that go to schools, different communities, educating girls and women on menstrual hygiene and reproductive health, especially in northern Nigeria. We have been able to train over 538,000 girls and women across the states in Nigeria. And then there's something significant about these visitations. Recently we visited a school and we had a student who said, I'm a house help, I earn 4,000 every month and I'm able to save this money to pay part of my fees. And she said she wants to start selling the reusable parts. So she wants everybody in school to know her as the pad woman. So we thought it was a joke. So, but I picked the challenge and said, yeah, this is not going to disrupt your school. You're on break, students come to you and they pick the sanitary pad and then they give you the money in exchange. So I gave her 2 cartons. So she has a bag that she takes to school. Everyone in school that needs the pad, her name is Iyabo. So everyone that needs the pad in her school, you know, comes to her to buy the pad. So she makes sometimes 150 to 200 in each pad that she sells. So she's able to save money. Recently she came to my office. She said she wanted to see me. She only came to thank me that she has been able to take write her WAEC. So she paid for her WAEC. So we took that as a challenge for other girls to see what they can do. But most importantly, like you were sharing earlier, people need to look around. I think one thing about business is about solving a social need. Like you started coaching people because you found maybe some people were suicidal or they were, you know, one problem or the other. So I got some of my staff in the office who said, we want side hustle. You know, it's in us. We want to do something. So they come to us and they say, we want so cartons of this product and we give it to them. Do you know that it's really more joy when you feel you're working hard to earn your money. So when most of them come back with their money, they are really so excited and it's been a lot of encouragement, you know, for others. So even where you're working, maybe if I'm working here and I'm, you know, I'm business conscious, I could say, don't bother making up. When you come here, I'm going to make you up for just 500 naira, you know. I could make everybody that comes in here up for just 500 naira each, and then I'm able to, it's like part of your side hustle. So even within where you are, you can look within and find side hustles that you can make money from.
You know, there's something you said here now that it got me thinking, because a lot of people believe that they must make it today. You remember what you mentioned about young people wanting to drive Ferrari and all of that? You know, if you start something, try to always ensure that you don't go in and overload it with price. No. If people are selling this phone, probably a renowned brand is selling it for 1,000, and I want to make my own. I know it has some quality, but I want to sell it. I'll probably put it 500 naira. Once I can still get 50 naira or 100 naira on top. The basic thing is that person gets to use it and find out whatever that big guy can do. Me can also, this one can also give it to me. You know, with time, he recommends you and then you continue. I once told somebody, I gave some people some things to, you know, test running. Somebody put it at 5,000 and was going to make 3,500. Another person put it at 3,000 and was going to make 500 naira. In 1 year, the one at 5,000 hadn't finished selling. In 1 year, the one of 3,000 had sold more than 100 cartons. So who is gaining more? So a lot of young people think that basically for you to make, even big people anyway, me, I'm still young. So
We are still young.
we're still young, right? Okay. So a lot of young people think that to make money out of whatever you're doing, it has to happen in 1 month. No, it has to happen in 1 year. 1 year, you're just beginning to, you know, find your capital. The need for accountability is also important. When you're doing business, and you know, even though it's hobby, you're turning into business. Don't do business because this is your mother, this is your father. If I have something I'm doing and my children want to buy, I'm very, you know, I'm very open with it. I'll tell them, please, bring your money. But mommy, you're the one giving us money. I say, no, this one is my business. Go and tell your father to give you money. Collect from daddy and give to mommy, who is your customer now, and pay for that thing. Not because I have it. The profits I make, I can plunge it back to the family. I can give them back that money from my profits at the long run.
And
but
not
they
the
must,
capital.
not the capital. Not the capital. Always make sure that you understand. And the other bit of it again, I tell our people, you bought something for 500 naira. You want to sell it for 600 naira. You're not being real. Did you not take transport to Wuse?
Please, phone calls.
Did you not make phone calls? What about your man hour? You know, the hour you would have been using to cook for your husband or cook for your children or cook for whatever, or even rest. It's a big deal. Sleep is a big deal. You spent it doing a job. So try to tabulate it. If you don't understand, go to a business school. They will teach you how to tabulate man hour, and you add it to it. That's why you probably see somebody will say, I bought this for 5,000 and I'm selling it for 8,000, and you're like, you're a thief. No, it's not stealing. That person spent other small money, you know, to get it done. You also would have paid tax anyway, so it's also included.
I still sorry, I need to know more about the reuse, because it's quite novel, and I think people out there might be wanting to know more. For instance, how frequently can one use one before discarding?
So we have different products. We have the ones that are for regular flow. We have the ones that are for heavy flow. We even have underwears that are padded that you just wear. You don't need to put any pad on it. So you need to change your sanitary pads between 6 to 8 hours maximum. So you can use one depending on your flow. You are the one to identify what your flow looks like.
Over a period of like months.
Yeah, so you use a minimum of 1 year, a maximum of 3 years.
Okay, that's
so between the first 1 year, because one of the materials that we use.
How many do you have?
We have 5.
5. Okay.
5.
Yes,
So
we
you
have
need
5.
to use it in a day.
Yes.
2 or 3 in a day.
Okay. And how did you get the capital to start this business? Because it's not a small business.
She was a banker.
I thought we were talking about private household. We brought somebody who is an international. So how did you get started? How did you make the money?
Okay, so
How did you raise the capital? Did you take a loan?
Do you partner?
money?
I've
What did you
never taken a loan. I was a banker, so I know
Exactly, I was
what
saying that she was a banker.
cost it is to take a loan. So I started by saving. So when I'm working, I'm actually working on a book to help people who want to leave their current jobs to start something else. When I wanted to exit, I developed a culture to start using just 40% of my salary. So that helped me to, balance. No, not really save.
Okay.
I wanted to test the other side of the world so that if I start a business and it doesn't perform the way I wanted it to, I would not start begging around. So I started adjusting my lifestyle, everything I do, to accommodate how the tomorrow will look like. So that was also helping me to save some money. So I started saving. So in 2016 March, earlier in 2016, I think January, I applied for the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Foundation that they give $5,000 grant, and then in March I was selected for that. So what Tony Elumelu Foundation actually did for us was revalidation. At that time, the CEO was an Indian woman, so I felt this woman who has really gone around would have seen something in reusable that we Africans have not seen. So she gave us revalidation. Like that funding was more like revalidating that this will fly. So all I did at that time was let me not feel this person who has confidence in me. So I got $5,000 from them, and then I had my savings. I started by renting an accommodation, a 3-bedroom flat accommodation. I started buying some machines. We developed the composition. My husband is a researcher. He also is a government worker. So, since he's a researcher, he was able to help me to develop the composition. We wanted something different. We didn't want something that you go to Amazon or anywhere and you find. When you open our sanitary pad, you cannot tell what is inside. So it was a 1-year research. You know what people do when they want to go into business? They just jump
Rush
at
into
it.
it.
I took 1 year. So I see some people, they ask me, I want to start also making reusable pads. Can you tell me the name of the product? And I'm like, so it took me 1 year to come up with this. It took me 1 year to also use it, since I said it's going to last for 1 year. So I had to use it for 1 year and be sure that it's going to work. So, but people just start business, they just rush into it. So what I did was, the little savings I had, I rented a 2-bedroom apartment. I employed 2 people because at that point we are not commercializing, we are prototyping. So I had to stay on the job. I only go there on Saturdays and Sundays. So I stayed there between that March till December. I quit the job. At that time, I was certain. I told myself, if I fail, I fail. So I am only going to fail for 2 years. So that was the commission I wrote on my wardrobe. I fail for 2 years, the rest succeed. So I didn't just want to fail for that 2 years. So I worked so hard. We deployed it wasn't easy. But
I wouldn't say fail for 2 years. I'd say build for 2 years. And then
I thought, we need to be real. Why are we afraid of that word, fail? Why? I told myself I was going to fail.
It's a question of being able to get up when you fail.
Exactly. I told it. I wrote fail for 2 years. So even if things weren't working, I said, sure, I told myself I'll fail for 2 years. So continue working. That was what the confidence, because people used to ask me, what is the secret? Why did you still, this is 6 years. Why did you still stay on this? Because in 2017, remember I quit a job in December 2016. 2017, November, I got the first purchase order, the kind of money that I've not seen, that was, what, more than my annual salaries over and over and over. And then robbers burgled the company 2 weeks after I got that thing.
oh my God.
It was crazy.
Sounds
So
like an inside
if
job.
I didn't tell myself I was going to fail, I would give up.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of people dying. They didn't give space for failure. So I told myself, I called a couple of friends, they said, sure, you say you failed for 2 years. This is a failure now. Rise up again. So, I picked up, I had some youth.
Pick yourself up again.
There is something that we pray for, like God give me the gift of men. So I had some youths who said, I will work for you for free. People were coming in to support. So we were able to deliver that. I wouldn't say it's easy. It was hell. Because I didn't have all the money. I've invested in machines and then it happened. So it was more like standing up again, and then some people supported, people really supported, and we delivered that. We got that money. Man, life changed. So we have to move faster than the robbers so that we don't experience that again.
Yes,
So
exactly.
in 2018, that was exactly 2 years, we acquired a facility that we were all dancing, thinking that this facility is big. In 2019, the director of EDC came and said, Olivia, this place is stuffy, expand. We expanded about 250 capacity in a sitting. We thought it was big. As I'm talking to you, we are building a mega, that kind of class is not in Mina. A mega, I'm still trying to find out if it's there, because some people came from Netherlands and they were like, where do we stand and snap? It's drone that you have to use. The land is measured in a hectare. Yes, the land is.
Fantastic.
So you can see, because I have told myself I could fail. So even if I failed, but what matters is it's just 2 years. So we're able to
I
start.
quite enjoy the story, the success story, because I still believe that failure is not an option. But the failure that is not an option is your ability to get up,
Yes.
and move again.
Yes.
And I still want to go back to Tux now, because I know you interact with a lot of young people as a life coach. When you want to, advise them on how to get started, what are the nitty-gritties to do? Because a lot of us do not even know, like the little sketch we saw, most people do not even know what their hobbies that can make money for them is.
Yeah.
How do you go about that?
Following with what both you were saying and what she said, I was going to just quickly say how, for example, you were talking about patience, and we have Dr. Seed. You know Dr. Seed?
Yeah.
Yeah? He's a doctor.
Yeah.
But he sang a song saying, Surulere, right? As in, take it easy. Because
Okay, so really means take it easy.
it's like one step at a time. One day you will get there, right? And your story is that your civil servant, your husband is a civil servant. When did your passion or hobby? Dr. Sid, his hobby is music. He likes to sing. It's his
Just
hobby.
like Fowles.
Exactly. What's his profession? Fowles is a lawyer, right? And so this is, I went to school to become, but this is what I enjoy doing. They're civil servants. You say your husband is a civil servant, but research, and your hobby doesn't even have to be something playful, doesn't have to be something, it can be research. Research is not playful.
At all.
I mean, making clothes can look like play, but it's work. Everything is work. There's nothing like this. So first of all, you put your mind to what you're doing. That's why I said we're going to be talking about strength. You have to build yourself from within. I can do it. Practice it. Practice. How do you do maths? We're talking about maths.
Continuous,
There you go.
practice.
You just have to keep going on. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. We used to do like that when we were younger. You go on and on, but you can't do it anymore.
Yes.
That's the first thing to do. Practice. Put your mind that I can do it, and I will do it. I can do it. I will do it. Your own word was, I will fail 2 years.
Just 2 years.
It doesn't have to be, I will fail. It can be, you know what? I'm going to, she said, build. See,
Yeah, I would prefer
Yes.
build because
So-
words mean
yes,
so much to me. I feel
so
as if I'm placing a
yeah,
curse
so it
on my
depends,
business.
exactly, true.
I
So
wouldn't
it
say
depends
fail
on,
for 2 years.
everybody has their own and how they understand themselves. But make your mind set. Accountability is very important. Tell somebody else, you know what, I'm going to do this. You said, when you were talking, you said, Shebi, you said you were going to fail for 2 years. Accountability is important. Who are you talking to? Who are your partners? Who are your friends? They might not even be part of people that you're going to do the work with, but you know, okay, I want to lose weight. By next year, I'm going to be, okay, let's assume summer body, they say, Abby. And then you tell somebody.
Bikini body.
Yeah, they're going to ask you, what happened? What did you eat today? Have you seen that joke that they put? How is this our diet going? Me, I'm eating a salad and this. Meanwhile, the guy is eating eating bread. But somebody should be able to question you.
You should have accountability
Yes.
partner.
Accountability, yes. People that can you trust.
Yes.
Somebody is actually asking me about what he calls, I don't want to use the name he used, all the things on the display. Well, as you see, it's also, you know, arts and crafts. And I particularly brought them here because it's done from things we do not even begin to imagine. For instance, this one's on the table. If you look well, if the camera can get us on a close look, you'll notice that they are all spoons. Spoons picked from wedding banquet, dinner, arena. And the
You
person
have to
was
go
wondering, these things were just opened and used. So why am I going to throw them away? At the end of the day, he decided to play around. And it came out like this. You can put your candies, you can also have them on display. And the same environment, that is barbecue sticks. So, and it saw the barbecue sticks being disposed. He said no. She decided to pick it up, cut cardboard papers and all of that. You see, it's a stick.
Yeah.
See all the this thing, and then now put a lot of it, turn them around and get that. This little bit here now. Okay, could you help me? All right, that's at a point. Remember what we used to watch TV with, or videos, DVDs, the players, the DVD plates, yes. So instead of dumping it, I'm sure everybody in their house have a whole lot. So instead of dumping it, that's a CD plate.
Okay.
So you recycle them and put them on a paper. You can also put them in a canvas like this one, or velvet, whatever it is, just frame it up. And it forms beauty in your home.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, the designer of this had a little bit of a problem with her eyes. So she could not really watch TV, but she likes to listen. The story I'm told. So what she does is, while listening to the TV after work, she sits back to get all of this done. At first, it was filling up the house. Eventually, people come in, wow, she had the place decorated. Can you give me? She started selling them. So what I'm trying to make out, in a sense, is if we find out that which you like doing, it could be sewing. Like you said, it could be cleaning. Cleaning in Abuja is a whole lot of job. No job is too cheap.
No.
The professional cleaners will come to clean your place and tell you they're collecting 25,000. I'm like, is it not sweeping? I'm mopping. And there are companies that are earning big time with it. They have their employers, the janitors and all of that. So if you enjoy cleaning, make it a hobby and tell people, look, think about rubbish, think about garbage, think about me. That's what Eddie Murphy said, right?
Yes, exactly. Garbage.
Think about garbage, you think about me. So, but let's quickly interface with our customers online. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Please, I'm Mrs. Mrs. Onye Mobi. I'm from Ebonyi State. That's you. I'm from Ebonyi State, ma. I really want to learn your skills so I can help my people in Ebonyi State. Well, she's been talking a whole lot. I hope you're able to capture what she said. But basically, you don't need to learn her skill. The whole idea is for us to find out that's what you like doing and make it, money earning for us. I'll still take more conversations here. It says very interesting discussions on hobbies and skills for income generation. I want to chip in that secondary schools should take serious clubs and society that help students to build their talent, which could become a source of income for them when they become young adults. That's John Aduku from Kaduna State. Thank you very much. And speaking of this, I learned to sew as a secondary school child, thread and needle. Did you have a bit of that too?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure everybody did. Home economics, right?
Yeah.
The way my back stitch looks like it came straight out of a sewing machine.
Can you
Clothing
imagine
and
it?
I'm proud
textiles,
of
yes,
that
I
thing.
did.
So if you're saying you're proud of it, you can actually make it earn
No,
money.
I don't know how to sew, and my problem is I like to do everything. Today I want to be a fashion designer. Tomorrow I want to be a musician. I'm multi-talented, so it scatters me all over the place. And at the end of the day, after being a salary earner for a very long time and starting different side hustles that failed, I have started at least 3 or 4 different side hustles that failed. In fact, that's what my YouTube series is all about. I share my focus on the one way you sabi do.
There you go.
Focus on that one, make money from that one. Stop to think of you want to put 3 kekena per here. You want to do poetry there. You want to be a musician tomorrow. You want to sew clothes. So now what I'm doing is I have learned how to monetize what I do best, which is television.
Yeah.
So
Generally, we're going to say
So
something.
yes, coming in, she was talking about focus. I think we need that
Yep.
in every area of our life. You know, you just need to be focused. Just like she said, you don't have to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to want to do everything. And Ma was talking about strength too. You know, strength and focus work together. You make sure you are focused, you know what you want, and the best will come out of it.
That's it. Generally for the making hobbies pay, I still sincerely think that whatever we do, that's which gives you joy doing. Everybody has it. Even if it's talking, like I tell people, it's not accidental that I'm working in NTA because NTA is Nigerian Television Authority, right? But on my private moment, I call it National Talking Authority, you know, and that's me defining myself because I talk a whole lot. So I can talk for Africa. So, and did I hear somebody say that's true? Okay.
But the thing about me is this. The reason I was running all over the place is, while television is what I'm best skilled at, it is not a passion. It has never been. It's just what I do very well. So I figured, okay, everything you love isn't really what you do best. So just focus on what you do best, what you're skilled at, and try to make money from that. But I guess my fans will be very unhappy to hear me say this. TV is not a passion. It's just what I know how to do very well. In fact, Serena Williams, the lawn tennis player, tennis is not a passion. It's just what she does very well. And it's made her good money and fame. So she sticks with it.
Another thing, there's something you said. You said you've done so many things and you failed. Now, so I tell people, like, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So what it is for me is that whatever it is that you're doing at the time, do your best. With what focusing.
Exactly.
Just enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes.
And if they say, what they say, bow out when ovation is loudest, know when that time is up and move on.
Yes.
If you think of something else, do it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Because one day, the truth is that even all those things, I always talk about connecting the dots. You know, what they say, lines will fall for you in pleasant places. They say, all things will work out for good.
My time is almost not so good. Sorry, somebody is asking how she can help sell the products and make some money out of it. I'll probably give you the contact so that you reach them one-on-one. It says, Olivia, how can I help? Somebody also says that she uses your sanitary towel and it's very good and that she's advocating for other people to use it. Another person says, good morning, ma'am. My name is Adolphus. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Does it mean that I should take a loan if I want to invest more in my business? Because you said you never wanted to do that. And secondly, how do I cross the bridge of after telling myself that I've failed? It's just a question of spurring yourself up. Adolphus, you don't need a loan if you can build it yourself. But if you cannot, then reach out. And when you take a loan, it's also a lot of responsibility.
So there are several grants online. There are several grants online. Like you can go check Opportunity for Africa, Opportunity Desk.
Okay.
There are a whole lot of grants.
I'm going to
online.
have to send that, via post it on our site. I'll take it
If
from
you
you
have a
and
website, maybe we should
and
know about
post it
it
so that
now.
people
I
should
can
get
tell
to
my
know
colleagues.
about it. But I will not do myself a favor if I don't get to finish today. Okay, so this beautiful spoon
This one is my
bouquet.
dress. Let me
Yes. Happy birthday.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so let's see. And
Are
to
you
toot.
serious? Wow. Oh, so beautiful.
Happy
I love
birthday.
it.
So that's from
Thank
Conversations House. And we have this, we just have to pop this
Hey.
while we roll our tape to say happy birthday to all our regulars and all the people born in July. And
For
of
those who are
course,
born in
me
July,
too,
stand up.
it's my birthday too. I'm a day older. Every day is my birthday. So,
Yeah, I do younger.
yes, I'm a day younger. Yes, that's how it goes. So, shall we?
Ooh,
Thank you
yes,
very
thank
much.
you.
And for those of you who are watching us at home, we're glad you joined us today. And we say that whatever it's worth, try to ensure that you put your hands on something, whatever it
To
is.
the side.
Whatever it is, you can always make
right
money
there,
out
right
of it.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Conversations, we say thank you for you for joining us, and thank you as you start a new job out of your hobby. Cheers.
Yes, everyone. Yeah, that's fine. I love my gift. Thank you. And I was looking at that, that's goes with the and this actually does thing. This is the beautiful.